Ferrari's 2025 season has been a disaster both off and on the track, and things look even bleaker ahead of the 2026 regulations, with today rumours circulating about what the future looks like for Ferrari. That's because Mattia Binotto, their former team principal now at Audi, has gone shopping and poached some of the top names at the Scuderia team, specifically the head of ICE Research and Development, Wolf Zimmerman, who has been in the role at the team since the start of this hybrid era back in 2014, and is currently the head of their 2026 power unit project. A key departure to say the least, and it doesn't end there, with Lars Schmidt, the team's lead engineer for performance development of the internal combustion engine, also leaving to go to Audi. Where do Ferrari go from here? I'm very interested in knowing your thoughts in the comments down below. Now, of course, this is all very concerning for a team that has in the very recent past lost many other key personnel from within their engineering structure. The list, in fact, is quite extensive, including both Enrico Cardile, the former technical director of chassis and aerodynamics, and Simone Resta, their previous technical director. Now, this doesn't strike me with any confidence both in the immediate as well as the long-term future in terms of success for Ferrari. And it also puts into question not only the choices made throughout this season by the higher-ups, but also the team principal Fred Vasseur. It certainly puts into question all of the reasons that they gave to the press and the written media as to why they chose not to sign Adrian Newey before he went to Aston Martin. Talk of not wanting to break the group up being cited as the main reason behind that decision, and yet they now don't have Adrian Newey, but also a dismantled engineering department within their 2026 power unit project. And this for me sets a lot of alarm bells ringing with regarding what the state of their 2026 power unit is going to look like when it eventually hits the track next year. There is of course a lot of talk and speculation revolving around the kind of pecking order for what the engine manufacturers have in terms of the best to the worst. And it is kind of a unanimous decision or a unanimous agreement that Mercedes are far and away ahead of the rest of the pack, with Ferrari and Aston Martin in and around second and third, a little bit down on horsepower and maybe energy recovery. But before we go any further in with this video, if you're enjoying the content, do leave a like on this video and hit the hype button down below if you have that feature available to you on your YouTube app. I would greatly appreciate that. Right, let's get back on with this disaster going on within Ferrari. So to have the head of that department, your 26 hybrid era next gen engine, leave at the beginning of it, I really don't know if that instills a lot of confidence not only in Ferrari but the reasons behind why he chose to leave and actually depart for Audi as well. Because this is a double kind of viewpoint you have to look. It says something about Ferrari and it also says something about what he's seen at Audi. And to me, yeah, I really feel bad for both Lewis Hamilton, but more so in particular Charles Leclerc. You know, Hamilton has had a huge amount of success in his career. It's not really going to change much, or his perception and the outside world's perception of how he's done with his career in F1. 7-time world champion, 100 race victories, 100 pole positions, plus for both of those categories, with numerous other records and accolades to go along with it. So he really doesn't lose anything if he doesn't have any success. But for someone of Charles Leclerc's stature and the way he is perceived in the paddock and by the fans, he's like that lost generational talent that has nothing to show for just how exceptional a driver he is. And from the outside looking in, from all of the information gathered, it looks like it's going to be another era that he has been with in Ferrari that is going to be of an absolute shambolic disappointment for them and for himself. It is quite crazy to actually think about. He's only got 9 race victories and the likes of Lando Norris and Oscar Piastri will leapfrog him at some point this season. And that just really shows the incompetence that has been within Ferrari for decades now. And so I really feel for him, and I think even though his dream is to win world championships with Ferrari. I don't see that happening anytime soon. And I think before he loses the best years of his career in terms of his overall competitiveness, essentially, he needs to look elsewhere in the era. I think we know for Verstappen, he has a couple of options on the cards, really. You've got Alonso going to be retiring in maybe 2 to 3 seasons, if not sooner, so he could go to Aston Martin if things work out there in terms of not only the engine with Honda, but also the chassis program, thanks to having Adrian Newey. And on the other hand, he has the interesting prospect of jumping ship to Mercedes with that beautiful engine that they're going to be having. And for them, maybe they get the chassis correct for once and the disc regs as well. Now, that is kind of not a luxury Leclerc has. He has rumoured a contractual clause that allows him to leave Ferrari at the end of next year and look to go for pastures new. So, depending on what Verstappen does, because of course he's going to be the top of everyone's shopping list in terms of drivers and what you want to actually kind of buy and bring in to your company and to your team. He has to almost wait and see what Verstappen decides to do. Maybe he stays at Red Bull and then it opens up all of the possibilities for Leclerc. But yeah, it is quite a disastrous situation Ferrari find themselves in. Not only is it just one major player, it's 2 major players leaving the team at a moment in time where it's a transitional period when you've got a huge regulation change and they're looking to go to a team that isn't necessarily generating the results that they internally expect. And maybe he's had a lot of talk and learnt a few things about their project, and he thinks, I'm going to have better working conditions there to actually put my stamp really in a way to which I am happy on. And I think really that says a lot, not only about employees' mindsets in Ferrari, but also the way Ferrari is run and what they can expect and the Tifosi will have in store for them when it comes to this next generation. Because I think, for me, if I look at all of the teams and the structures that are in place, I fully believe we're going to see Ferrari maybe potentially being the 5th quickest team out of the blocks next season, to begin with at least. We got the chassis guru of Adrian Newey and a Honda power unit, which I'm sure is going to be there or thereabouts. You've got Red Bull that always deliver a good chassis, and you've got Mercedes, the powerhouse when it comes to engine. I see all of them leapfrogging Ferrari in this next generation, and I think they could have an 09 situation on their hands where they were an absolute country mile off the pace. And that is going to be a depressing sight for all parties involved. Alright guys, I'm going to wrap this video up here. Hope you've all enjoyed it. If you have, do leave a like on this video, and of course hit the hype button to help this video push out to the audience, as it helps me, this channel, out greatly, and I appreciate it a lot. Right, enjoy your week, and I will catch you all in another Formula 1 video very soon. See you shortly.